Morning, Pat Sullivan from Sullivan Hardware and Garden, making sure our yard is looking its best for the summer. And if you don't have a green thumb, he's helping us in the flower department.
Well, today we talk about hydrangeas. We'll start with the easy hydrangeas and then get to the heartbreak later. The easy ones, the panicle or paniculata hydrangeas, they are white. Here's one that's a little, they're kind of coming into their glory right now. They usually in June will start to bloom. They generally have a cone flower, come out beautiful white, and then they'll fade to pinks and reds. Really, you'll get color all the way into August, maybe even early September on panicle hydrangeas. So the nice thing is they're easy, all right? They like sun. As long as they get morning sun, they'll take full afternoon sun, you're good to go. You trim them back right after they bloom, or you can prune them back in early spring. Would actually probably ideally early spring. Fertilize them, let it go. Panicle. Now, I will tell you, there's a million different kinds. That's an exaggeration. So this is one called Limelight. Start with Limelight. This one gets 6 to 8 foot tall, so kind of tall. So then they came up with Little Lime right here. Little Lime that only gets 3 or 4 foot tall. And then they come up with Lime Punch, which is a different color of the Limelight, and then it's Limelight Prime, which now this one is only about 6 foot tall and stronger branches. So you can see it gets rather confusing. So we leave the easy stuff. Got one more easy stop. Now this is kind of the, I don't want to say old, but this is an Annabelle hydrangea. So they call them smooth leaf or arborescent hydrangeas. They were kind of here before the panicles came around. Very nice. The downside of them, they can kind of splay. The branches aren't real strong. So if you still want a smooth leaf, I would recommend the Incrediball, because the Incrediball gives you the same look as the Annabelle, but has a little stiffer branches and will hold the bloom up a little better. Now, the problem child, the ones that everyone wants, the macros. They want the beautiful pinks and blue. Why can't they have that? So there's always seems to be a problem because macros don't like the hot sun. So when they don't like the hot sun, that must mean they like the shade. Well, they don't really like the shade either. Number one, probably the problem for people that have macrophylla hydrangeas that don't bloom is they're not getting enough sunlight. They're in the shade. So what they like is morning sun. If you can get them in the shade by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 12:30, they'll do great. But too much shade, they're not going to bloom. Some of the older macros, if you prune them at the wrong time, if you prune them in the spring, you can cut the color off. So on the rule of thumb for macros is in the month of August, you prune them up however you'd like, fertilize them, keep them watered, and that's when they're setting color for the next year. So the originals here, so this is kind of a mop head like that, which is the most common, but now they have a Summer Crush that is red. Now most of the time these will turn pink in our soil. So if you want to keep them blue, let me climb over here. No, I left it over here, right over here. Let me grab it. Right here, you have to put sulfur on it to keep them blue. People on the East Coast put lime on them to keep them pink. We like ours blue. Nobody's ever happy with what they have. You know what I'm saying?